Welcome back to a new episode of our tutorials, where we demonstrate how to replace different components of your motorcycle to ensure optimal performance. Today we talk about gaskets. What you see here is a cylinder head gasket. What is it? What does it do? The cylinder head gasket is made by different layers of steel. They are laser cut with maximum precision. The outer layers have special coating and some briefs on specific points. All these details are what it takes to have a state-of-the-art component that ensure a hermetic seal between the cylinder and the cylinder head, preventing pressure leaks and any sort of contact between engine oil and coolant. But what does it need to be replaced? Primarily because, like all gaskets, the chemical solution it comes into contact with and the constant temperature fluctuation the engine undergoes tend to deteriorate its materials. It's not always just a matter of wear, since in the case of engine overheating, the cylinder head gasket can even burn, losing effectiveness. The causes that can lead to our engine overheating may vary. The most common are leaks in the cooling system, malfunction of the fan in enduro bikes, or the accumulation of carbon deposits which may decrease the cooling effect. Symptoms indicating that our cylinder head gasket is burned generally include excessive coolant consumption without leaks, the presence of engine oil inside the radiator and the formation of a sticky liquid on the lower surface of the oil cap, the formation of air bubbles inside the radiator, the emission of white smoke from the exhaust resulting from the combustion of coolant penetrated into the cylinder, leaks in the junction area between the cylinder and the cylinder head, lubricant stains under the bike, frequent power drops and malfunctioning of the spark plug. In the case of one or more of these symptoms, once it is certain that the cause is the burning of the cylinder head gasket, our advice is to proceed with its replacement as soon as possible, as it could compromise the engine's reliability, causing serious damage. It is anyway important to replace the head gasket in all cases where the cylinder head is separated from the cylinder for any inspection or maintenance operation. Now that we understand what it is, what it does, and what condition may indicate the presence of a burned cylinder head gasket, let's find out how to replace it. When taking a job involving electrical components, the first thing to do is disconnect the positive terminal from the motorcycle battery to avoid burning any fuses and work safely. Once this is done, let's create the necessary space to work comfortably. Firstly, remove the fuel tank. The entire exhaust system, separating the exhaust pipe from the terminal and removing them both. Lift the rear subframe to slide the throttle body off the exhaust pipe. Drain the coolant in the engine and remove the coil. Now, we can start working on our engine, starting with removing the valve cover. Once done, remove the crankshaft oil cap to ensure that the two visible marks inside are aligned, indicating that the piston is at the top dead center. If not, simply rotate the crankshaft to bring the piston to the correct position. At this point, loosen the timing chain by removing the tensioner, then move on to the camshaft holder and to the camshafts after removing the valve cover. Next step is disassembling the cylinder head, for which you need to unscrew the cylinder head hanger bolts first and disconnect the ECT sensor connector, which is the engine coolant temperature sensor located on the rear left of the cylinder head. Now that the cylinder head is free from any external support and the connection, unscrew the external and internal side bolts. Once the bolts are removed, slide the engine head, paying particular attention to the dowel pins and to the valve shims, which need to be carefully removed to avoid losing them. Now we can see the gasket to be replaced. Let's remove it carefully to avoid dangerous parts to detach and fall into the cylinder. Clean the cylinder head surface carefully from any residuals. Once this operation is complete, let's position the new Athena gasket, ensuring it is inserted in the correct direction. The Athena head gasket is a technological, sophisticated and essential component that must undergo rigorous validation and control tests during both the design phase and the bench testing. Choosing a high-quality gasket is the first step for the reliability of your engine. Also, thinking about engine performance, you may immediately think about pistons, cylinders, exhaust pipes, and so on. But a component like this plays a crucial role ensuring compression and efficiency. So, after placing the new gasket, let's reposition the dowel pins and insert the cylinder head. After placing the cylinder head, remember to tighten the bolts to 10 Nm. We are then to install the head bolts. Lubricate the threads with engine oil and start tightening gradually in a criss-cross pattern until reaching the torque specified by the manufacturer, 48 Nm. Another important step is the reassembly of the camshafts and the timing phase. To do this, make sure the timing marks on the cam sprockets align with the camshaft holder mating surface of the cylinder head. Now it's possible to place the cam chain back to the sprockets and mount the camshaft holder, tightening its bolts. Now back to the chain tensioner. Push it back using a flathead screwdriver and tighten the bolts to 10 Nm. After this, rotate the crankshaft with 2 full turns by turning the primary drive gear bolt. Making sure the timing marks align, check the timing phase has been done properly, and finally reassemble the valve cover. Reassemble all the remaining components, including throttle body, fuel tank, and rear subframe. Refill the coolant in the radiator, about 1.5 liters. Fill the cooling circuit completely. Start the engine, wait until it's warm, and then check the level once cold. So, job's done. This is how you replace the cylinder head gasket of a 2022 Honda CRF 250R with a brand new Athena head gasket that you can easily find on athena.eu. Don't forget to subscribe to our channels for other maintenance tutorials and to stay updated. Thank you for following us.